Tattoo.
And Pat Pap and Granny Stevens.
Okay.
So Pat Pap was legit like an ass and a half. And like, listen, how he taught my granddaddy to swim was when he was 5 years old. He put my granddaddy in overalls and put a board in the back of his overalls and threw him in the river and said, sink or swim.
I'm assuming that he swam?
Well, I mean, he's still alive because I'm here, so I reckon. And so, Pat Pap was just this really skinny old man, and all he cared about was, like, money and stuff. But they didn't have any because they lived out on a farm during the Depression. So, they didn't have any. Listen, this is serious. They lived in Winchester, and they didn't have any indoor plumbing.
Is that where we got the name Winchestershire?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Winchestershire.
That's where we were from when we were British. We were from Winchestershire. Anyways, so stop laughing. This is my life. This is why I'm here.
Continue on. I'm recording this story.
Stop it! Turn it off. So there wasn't any indoor plumbing. So when my granddaddy went away to war, he was really excited to get away from Pat Pap because he had to work in the fields all day and go barefoot and stuff. And then he married my grandma. They met before he went over to the war, and they wrote letters while he was gone. And then they got married when he got back, and she was just 18. And so,
how old was she when they started dating?
Well, he was 16. They started writing letters, and he was away for war for 2 years. And then him and my grandma got married, and then she got pregnant with my dad, and then she fell through one of those manholes. Like those metal grate things. She fell through one and her back turned her in. Why are you laughing? That's a true story.
It's just funny.
She fell through it because she was carrying home groceries and she fell through, even though she only weighs like 80 pounds. And then she was pregnant on top of it. But he still is. And then my dad was born. And then my dad, you know, he was just normal. And then, well, he wasn't normal. And then he went to Vietnam when he was 18 because he got drafted. And then while he was in Vietnam, he got into drugs. And then when he got back from Vietnam, he got okay. And then he went to college and he graduated like #1 in his class. And then him and my mom got married. And he was the Kentucky State Counselor for Veterans. And then him and my mom got married, and then they had my sister, and mom was a teacher. And then they had my other sister, and then they were done until she was on appeal, and then BAM! And I was conceived. And then, yeah. And it was purely accidental, because she was doing everything to prevent it, but I broke through. And then I was supposed to be twins, but I don't know where those one went. And I absorbed it. And I swear I think that's why my eyes are so big. It's because I absorbed like double the eye dosage. And I didn't have to share my minerals with the other baby. And then all 3 ultrasounds that I had after that said I was going to be a boy. So I guess I just kept my hand down there or something.
I remember you told me that. That's where the hunter comes from.
Yeah, I guess I just kept my hand down there. Anyways.
I'm totally putting this on the blog. Final day with Hunter Stevens.
And so then when I popped out, they were going to name me after my grandpa, my mom's dad. Because his name's Harold Edward, and he's the only grandparent that I got named after him, so I was going to be Harold Hunter. And then when I was a girl, they freaked, and I had to wear blue diapers and blue clothes and a blue nursery, and they were just like, let's keep the Hunter and putting Elizabeth in front of it. So then I met my great aunt Elizabeth, who I was named after. She was crazy. And then she died. And anyways, so my dad was really mad that I wasn't a boy, because he already had 2 girls, so. But
it's his fault.
Yeah, it's true.
It's his fault.
I guess that's legitimately true.
It is.
Anyways, so when I was 4, I broke into his metal case and lost his Purple Heart in the field next to our house. He was real pissed.
I could see that. I could see him not being really happy about that.
And he started to take off his belt to spank me. But Mama made him stop, so she spanked me. She didn't spank as hard. And then one time, I was running down the hallway at my house because my sister was chasing me, and I couldn't stop, so I ran into the wall and knocked all my teeth out, and I had a smile like this. And, one time I went to school, and I stole one of my, I was like in 2nd grade, and I stole one of my older sister's bras and put washcloths in it. I was very mature for a 2nd grader. And then, I could tell you more about my Ma Hudgens. My Ma Hudgens got married when she was 14 because my Pa Hudgens was 22 and she was 14 and her parents didn't approve. So they ran away and met in the woods, and the preacher met them there, so they got married in front of the lights of a Model T Ford.
What a crap preacher.
And then they had 7 boys, and my Peepaw was the oldest. So for their 50th anniversary, all the boys gave them a painting of them and standing in front of the lights of a Model T Ford.
And Peepaw is different than Pat Pat?
Yeah. Pat Pat was my great-grandpa on my daddy's side.
Okay.
Peepaw is my grandpa on my mama's side. The one that I was going to be named after, Harold. But nobody calls him Harold. Everybody calls him Hudge. Because his last name is Hudgens. So everybody calls him Hudge. And he had this brother that was a year young. No, wasn't a year younger, but he was the next oldest. And his name was Uncle Louie. But that wasn't his real name. I can't remember his real name because we always just called him Uncle Louie. Because when he was in high school, he had these 3 best friends, and they were always together. So people called him Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So I can't remember Uncle Louie's real name. But anyways, in 1991, when I was just 1, Uncle Louie fell out of a tree stand while they were hunting. So he was in a, don't laugh, but that's terrible. He was in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And one time he was mowing the yard on a Ryan lawnmower, and he couldn't feel his legs. One of them got caught under it and it broke it, but he couldn't feel it.
Sorry, the story has to end.
But he died.
But he died.
Last year, because his finger turned black, and then he died the next week. And then...
Can you tell me why you're laughing about a death of your uncle?
Because you're making a funny face. But anyway.